Hi guys, it's Danny. Okay, today we will mount the Masdevallia orchid that I have on the ceramic cylinder that I just purchased from Schwerter. Now, I have to say, I was thinking of mounting something else on this, something smaller, because I didn't really anticipate how small this would be. But really, I tried this out with water and it stays so cool. You cannot believe it. It stays really cool. So I don't know how other orchids will handle the coolness. I know the Masty is really suffering in my environment to my summertime right now. It has been tested. The spotting on the leaves is not due to viruses, so she's good. But yeah, like you guys suggested, I think she does not like the heat to be expected in my environment. So that's why we're gonna give this a go. Now, I already made some hanging device for this one. It's not the prettiest, but it's the best I could do. I'm not a handy person. The important thing is that it stays. Now, as you can see, my Masdevallia orchid is splitted into three. This was really not intentional, but when I unpotted my Masdy, three divisions kinda split. So I decided I'm gonna try to mount them on each side because I do have a limited space. This is not as big as I would have hoped, but there you go. So I'm gonna try to mount them sort of in a circle around this cylinder, so hopefully it will look okay. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is to actually mount them separately without adding any moss just yet. So how I'm gonna do this is by using some fishing line. I have to say, I'm starting to really like this thing. It gives more stability and it's also pretty invisible. So first of all, I'm gonna stabilize the orchids on the mount and then add sphagnum moss. So first thing that I'm gonna do is to make a loop around the mount and make a knot. I'm pretty sure you cannot see the fishing line, but just make a few knots on the mount, just to make a sort of a connection point for this thread when it's gonna be time to finish up the project. I'm gonna keep the loose end, I'm not gonna cut it, and I'm gonna keep the other thread on the roll here, and I'm gonna cut it when I'm actually gonna be finished. Okay, time to mount the first orchid. I think my pattern of growth is in this direction. You can see the new growth is tinier. She really did not like my environment. So let's see. I think I will place her here. And just wrap this fishing line around the roots. I'm not gonna make it too tight. I don't want to snap the roots, but I want to stabilize the orchid on the cylinder. Okay, now that I have one orchid mounted, I'm gonna add my second one on this side. And I'm gonna try to stabilize it in the same way. And now for the last piece, we'll go about it in the exact same manner. This has become quite tricky, but I can manage. Now that everything is done, I'm just gonna take my loose end that I kept and make a few more knots to stabilize everything. Now, even though my orchid is mounted, I'm not gonna cut the threads just yet. I'm still gonna use the loose end to tie up the finished project, and I'm not gonna cut this end either because now it's time to apply the sphagnum moss. Now, this orchid really likes moisture, so I'm not gonna be shy with sphagnum moss. I'm just gonna apply it all over actually. So I'm using damp sphagnum moss here, and I think I will just go mental with it, covering all the roots. Now, as I go, I will actually wrap the wire around my sphagnum moss to keep it in place just a few times, and then I will move on. So now that I'm done with the sphagnum moss, I'm just gonna tie the loose ends. Remember, I left that thread. Make multiple knots to keep it into place, and I think I am pretty much done here. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. As you can see, it's pretty symmetrical, I would say. Now, I really hope this Masdevallia will do better because I don't usually buy Masdevallias because I'm pretty sure they will suffer in my environment. I just cannot give the proper conditions, but hopefully this cylinder will help. So what I'm gonna do now is actually fill it with water because this is quite funny. So I'm actually using distilled water because these orchids really do like low mineral content water. So as you can see, the water level is already decreasing, and this is because the pores of my cylinder are getting filled up with water. So the water will come through the pores and will keep the sphagnum moss damp, not to mention it will keep it very cool. So I'm gonna hang this somewhere now, and I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with the evolution of this Masdevallia. We'll see if this can be used in a warm to hot environment like I have, and hopefully I will return with some good news. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it. If you'd like to see more videos from me, you can subscribe to my channel. I post daily. You can also leave me questions or suggestions for videos in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. If you click on the left side of your screen, you'll be directed to orchidnature.com, where you'll find care sheets, identification sheets, and also you can talk to us in the forum section. And on the right side of your screen, you can click to watch another orchid video. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye!